I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the holders wobble wobble. Just thought he's fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African twin, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. Finish the bottle when I hope
I am in the building.
She in the mirror like a Showtime, the Apollo. Catch up the phone and I pull up in the Tahoe.
I am in the building.
I ain't calling unless she swallow.
We're here to talk about Kamala Harris's first interview.
Swerving on the potholes. Got another thotty.
Finally, she did one.
Pop a perky, then she chase it with Moscato. This bitch is bad, she fucking all the drug dealers.
Woof.
Took his bitch and then I took his plug, nigga.
Woof.
Have her back, I'm getting to the bag, nigga.
Finally did an interview. Finally did an interview, huh?
Gucci duffel Louis on my ass, nigga. Hennessy and TNT, we blast, nigga.
About damn time. About damn time. About damn time. It's about damn time you did an interview, woman. You don't think so? You don't think it's about damn time you did an interview? I mean, damn, I think that's too much to ask for.
Baby, she wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottom.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it.
Fight the cobble wobble. African twin, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby. This whole ain't sick, she fucking on the damn crew. Coming out of sight, she lost her damn shoe.
Come on in, come on in, come on in.
Got no damn clue. Rolling O's and weed and smoking bamboo. Smoking gelato when the Tahoe smell the fucking jaw.
Come on in, come on in, come on in.
The study moving faster.
We got a lot to get to.
Coming through the door with no panties on. Popping mollies and you know she took a Zanny bar. Talking about a Mazda is a family car. I hit her with a curve, then the coup de grace. Zillow games, I'm shaking up the dice, baby. She wanna stay with me so we can make the night, baby. She wanna be with me so I can lay the pipe, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. Ferragamo on my dress, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammers, talk to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the holders wobble wobble. Just thought he's fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, talk to me nice, baby.
Welcome to the Checkin' Report. I am your humble host, True and Living. I'm not your homie, I'm the one and only macaroni. Excuse me. Let me do that over. I'm not your homie, I'm the one and only macaroni. Welcome to the show, y'all. This heat is getting to me. This heat is getting to me. Kamala Harris has conducted her first interview. First and foremost, finally, Kamala, you finally did it. Even though you had to do it with Tim Walz by your side, even though you wanted it to be scripted, even though you wanted it on your terms, you finally sat down and had a conversation, Kamala. Congratulations. Finally, Daddy's spending time with me. Absolutely egregious that it took you this long to do a damn sit down with someone. But I'm happy it did happen. I'm happy that it did occur, Kamala Harris. And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into her sitting down with, what was it? Was it an ABC or was it CNN? I believe it was CNN that she sat down with. Mustache, I see Mustache is in the building. Someone was pulling the strings the whole time. That's a fact. The Democrats, they are very crafty. The interview was scripted, telegraphed. It was on her terms. Ask me. Let me ask you this, Mustache. Why did she need Tim Walz to be by her side? Why did she need Tim Walz to be by her side? Everything about Kamala Harris tells me that she is not ready for the job. She's not ready for the job. She's not mentally equipped. She doesn't have the skill set. She's not confident. Everything is telling me that she's not ready for the job. You know? Everything is telling me that she's not ready for this job. So, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, the country should be worried. The country should be asking themselves these questions. You know, why is she not ready? You know, she's supposed to be the Democratic nominee. Why isn't she ready? Why is she so unconfident? Why does she need Tim Walz by her side? These are things that we need to know. These are things that we have to ask ourselves. But in the event, let's get into the interview. Again. This is just crazy that, you know, that we're this far into the election season. Mustache says because she can't carry a conversation by herself. I agree. I agree. I agree, bro. I agree. But let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into her interview with CNN. A three-parter, which I thought was very interesting. A three-part. I wonder why they didn't just want to put the whole interview out, the full interview out. Why did they, cut it up in parts? It tells me that this was heavily edited. They edited up into a point because, you know, anytime Trump does an interview with a publication, they put the full thing out in its entirety. Non-edited. They want Trump to slip up. They want Trump to say something off kilt, or, you know, off filter, off color. They want to allow Trump to have enough rope to, you know, hypothetically hang himself. But CNN, they cut this Kamala Harris interview up into 3 parts, which tells me that they are heavily editing things that they want to show and things that they do not want to show about her. Yeah, you know, they're cutting this up. You know, there's things that they want to show about her, and there's things that they don't want to show about her. But let's get into it. Let's get into her interview with Kamala Harris and Timmy Boy, Tampon Timmy. Let's get into it. Oh, hold on. Am I on mute? What's going on? My thing ain't playing. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I just want to start at the top because I don't have it at the top. Here we go. Give me 1 second, y'all. Is that the top? I want to start this thing at the top. You know, I don't want to. Let's just start the video at the top right here. Let's get it right.
Madam Vice President, Governor Walz, thank you so much for sitting down with me and bringing the bus.
Live and direct.
The bus tour is well underway here in Georgia. You have less time to make your case to voters than any candidate in modern American.
Let's talk about that just a little bit. And if you want to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the donors here. Make sure you like this. Make sure you like this video. Let me just put my phone up so I can see everybody that's in the chat. I don't have to be looking at this, looking at that. But I think it's interesting that the interviewer brought that up. Whose fault is it? Is it the American people's fault that she has less time to talk to them and less time to do this and do that? Whose fault is it? It's not the American people's fault. It's not the Republican Party's fault. It's the Democrats' fault. There's nobody's fault that she has less time to sway voters, talk to voters, get more votes, get people more on board of her agenda. There's nobody's fault but the Democrats why she has all this less of time. People aren't that familiar with her. People aren't that familiar with her agendas and politics and what she's running for. It's nobody's fault but the Democrats. Let's get back into it, y'all.
History. The voters are really eager to hear what your plans are. If you are elected, what would you do on day one in the White House?
Well, there are a number of things. I will tell you first and foremost.
What is she going to do in day one? Let's hear it. Let's hear what she's going to do day one in the White House.
One of my highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class. When I look...
Why haven't you been doing that, Kamala? You haven't been strengthening the middle class. What are you talking about? How have you been strengthening the middle class when you have been the sole proprietor of raising and inflating the inflation and messing up the economy? It's your administration that should be put to blame when it comes to this damn economy. You're trying to strengthen the middle class, but you're flooding immigrants in all of these inner cities. How are you helping the middle class? I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. We got a lot to get into tonight. Let's get back into it.
Look at the aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people. I think that people are ready for a new way forward, in a way that generations of Americans have been fueled by hope and by optimism.
How have you been helping the generations of America, Kamala? How are you helping them? There's young men that are coming out of college right now that A, can't get a job, B, can't buy a home, C, can't get married to their college or high school sweetheart and start a family. How are you helping Americans? How are you helping middle-class families that can't buy groceries, having a hard time paying their rent, having a hard time paying their mortgage, on top of the crippling economy? How are you helping, Kamala? I don't see how you're helping anybody.
I think, sadly, in the last decade,
and I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot to get to tonight. If you want to be a part of the dialogue, if you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here if you want to be a part of the discussion. Let's get back into it.
we have had in the former president someone who has really been pushing an agenda and an environment that is about diminishing the character and the strength of who we are as Americans, really dividing our nation. And I think
dividing our nation? The Democrats are dividing our nation. All of those all of those people that voted for Trump, the millions of people that have voted for Trump, you have made them feel ostracized by calling out Trump as a criminal, calling out Trump as a dictator. You're the ones, and the Democrats are the ones creating the division, the divisiveness, the you against me. If you're a Democrat, stay over there. If you're a Republican, stay over there. You guys have been the sole proprietors of those narratives, not the Republicans. It's been the Democrats. I don't see pro-Palestine protesters swarming the DMC. I don't see pro-Palestine protesters swarming the RNC. Those protesters were mad at you. Hold on. We got 43 people in the building. I need y'all to hit that like button, y'all. Listen, I don't want to keep telling y'all to hit the damn like button all damn day. Just hit the damn like button. We're trying to get some likes on this damn video, man. We're talking some talk here. Right? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, all right? Now let's get back to business, right? Now, it was those pro-Palestine protesters. They were swarming the DNC. And, you know, they had full reason to swarm that DNC. Because what do the Democrats do? They pander to everyone. Do they not pander to everyone? They pander to the patriots, and they pander to the anti-Americans. They pander to the LGBTQ, and they pander to the Bible-based Christians. They pander to, you know, to the BLM, but they also pander to the you know, the white nationalists as well. They pander to the abortionists, and they pander to the people that are pro-life. And the problem when you pander to every single sect, every single community, the problem with that is when you decide to say, well, I'm going to rock with this community, I'm not going to rock with you, you have pretty much ostracized one community over the other. You've made another community feel more important than the other. So by way of you pandering to all of these communities, and then you turning your back on them and not doing anything for them, not helping them, then, you know, they have right to swarm the DNC. They have right to have problems with you and protest you. Because the Democrats have lied and pandered to everyone. They've lied and pandered to everyone. We got 76 people in the building. We're watching this Kamala Harris interview. Listen, if you want to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue, we put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. If you have anything to add to the discussion and the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. Let's get back into the interview. Let's see what she's talking about. Let's get back into it.
People are ready to turn the page on that.
So what would you do day one?
Day one,
Exactly. The question was, what would you do day one? She's talking about all of this other nonsense. She's talking about Donald Trump and the divisiveness. All of this jazz, but she never said what I'm going to do day one. What are you going to do day one, Kamala? Answer the damn question, Kamala. We don't have all damn day, Kamala. You know, CNN only has they're going to edit this thing down. Listen, CNN has edited this interview into oblivion. Like I said, when they do interviews with Donald Trump, they put the whole enchilada out, unedited. They want Trump to say things off color. They don't want him to be filtered. They want to give Trump enough rope to hang himself. They want him to slip up and say something wrong. They want him to do these things. They put the whole thing out. But what does CNN do? They cut up this interview in 3 parts to edit, to structure it, to have you, think that this is the right candidate for you. Why didn't they put out the full interview unedited, unfiltered? Why are you cutting it up in parts, CNN? You are not doing your journalistic integrity work, CNN. You are failing the American people, CNN. Get back into it.
It's going to be about, one, implementing my plan for what I call an opportunity economy. I've already laid out a number of proposals in that regard.
Like what? This is your opportunity to tell us, Kamala. I've already laid out a couple of agendas and tell us what they are. This is your opportunity. This is an interview with you. Tell us what you're going to do day one. Let's hear it.
Which include what we're going to do to bring down the cost of everyday goods. What
How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? Let's hear how you're going to do that.
we're going to do to invest in America's small businesses, what we're going to do to invest in.
I'm not hearing, the details of what exactly you're going to do. We're going to invest in small companies. How are you going to do that? Get into the meat and potatoes. And doesn't it sound just ridiculous that someone is telling you that they're going to do all of these things, but you're in office right now and you're not doing it? You're not even doing it now. So why should I believe that you're going to do it, on election night? Not election night, but when you are coronated into the office. Why should I believe that you're going to do something day one in the office, but you haven't been doing anything for the last 3.5 years? I'm not falling for that. I don't believe that.
Families, for example, extending the child tax credit to $6,000 for families for the first year of their child's life to help them buy a car seat, to help them buy baby clothes, a crib.
You're going to give Americans car seats? What is she talking about? What is she talking about? What's going on with this woman? Hey, we got 133 people in the building. Salute to everybody in the building. I need y'all to hit that damn like button, man. Hit it to the beat.
What a thrill.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We got 19 likes.
And silence through the night.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button too. We got a lot to talk about. Hit that like button.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
If you're a patriot, if you're voting for Donald Trump, hit that like button right now. Hit it to the beat. 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 And if you have anything to add to the discussion, anything to add to the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters here. We put respect on the donors here. We read all donations here, and I want people to be a part of the dialogue and discussion. Let's get back into it.
There's the work that we're going to do that is about investing in the American family around affordable
Why haven't you done that already?
housing, a big issue
Why haven't you been investing in the American people in the last 3.5
in
years?
the country right now. So there are a number of things on day one.
What about you?
Well, I'm excited about this agenda too. As I said, the idea.
Timmy, you're gonna just give out free tampons. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Timmy, come on, Timmy. Come on, Timmy boy. Timmy boy, come on, Timmy boy. We know day one when you get in office, you're gonna do an executive VP order. Tampons for everyone. You get a tampon. You get a tampon. You get a tampon. Tampon in all the public schools, all the boys' bathrooms. We're gonna put tampons at sporting events, NFL games. We're gonna put tampons in the football players' lockers. We're gonna put a tampon in LeBron's locker when he plays for the Lakers. Tampons for everyone. Executive order from Tampon Timmy. Let's hear what he gonna talk about. Let's hear what he talk about.
Of inspiring America to what can be, and I think many of these things that the vice president's proposing are things that we share in values. And the child tax credit is one we know that reduces childhood poverty by 1/3. We did it in Minnesota to have a federal partner in this. Unbelievable.
I haven't heard much about, what is the number one thing that people are dealing with this election season? Your heart may sway over to abortion. Your heart may sway over to immigration. We're going to talk about immigration too. A lot of things to talk about immigration. But let's be honest, the number one thing that we all are dealing with is inflation. We all understand that the economy is not in a good space right now, right? So that affects everyone. Everyone is affected by the economy. That should be the number one thing that Kamala and Tim Walz should be thinking about, but they're talking about everything but that. Everything's important to them but that. They worried about putting tampons in all the locker rooms, giving single mothers child seats. Everything but fixing the economy on day one. Let's get back into it.
Believable, I think, in the impact that we can make.
You talked about, you call it the opportunity economy. You are well aware that right now many Americans are struggling. There's a crisis.
Listen, the reporter had to bring it to their attention. They should be like Kamala and Tim Walz should be spending an hour alone talking about how they're going to fix the economy, talking about how they're going to create jobs, fix the inflation. They should be spending an hour on that. But they're spending it on everything else, and the reporter had to bring it to their attention. The American people, they're talking about the inflation. They're talking about the economy. Kamala Harris, you are responsible. You are accountable for the weight of the crippling economy that people are dealing with. You are responsible, Kamala. Your hands are not clean, Kamala. It's your hands that are stained with the blood of our economy. You and Biden was asleep at the wheel. I don't know what it was. Joe Biden was too busy, trying out different ice cream flavors and making sure he get his, making sure he was going to bed around 4 p.m. You was too busy with, buying new suit pants and going everywhere in America but the border, as the borders are. I mean, you have totally failed the American people, but you're spitting in their face and say, now you're going to do something. Who's going to believe that? I don't believe that.
Of affordability. Yeah. One of your campaign themes is we're not going back. But I wonder what you say to voters who do want to go back when it comes to the economy.
We got 194 people in the building, but we only got 34 likes. I need y'all to hit that damn like button.
Specifically.
Hit that damn like button right now. Again, if you want to be a part of the discussion, if you want to be a part of the dialogue, we put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors. I want people to be a part of this dialogue. I want people to be a part of this discussion. Please, we put respect on the donors and the super chatters. And I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get back into it, though.
Because their groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
That's a fact, and that's the uphill battle for the Democrats. The uphill battle for the Democrats is that, the cost of living was better under Donald Trump. So, the people that are undecided, the people that, don't know who they want to vote for yet, the people that are, on the fence, whoever they may, sway to, they're going to look at that and they're going to say, well, I may not necessarily like Donald Trump, but at the end of the day, these last 3.5 years under Biden and Kamala, they have been brutal towards me. They've been brutal to my pockets. Groceries have not been cheap. The cost of living has not been cheap. So a lot of these undecided voters, they're gonna go to a Donald Trump because they're just gonna rationalize it and say, well, let's go to Donald Trump. Let's vote for Donald Trump because right now the economy is not in a good place. I don't know if I could afford another 4 years of a Kamala Harris led presidency. Fire! Some people's pockets can't afford that. Some people's pockets can't afford another 4 years of that.
Building your online business?
1 second, y'all. I ain't paying for no premiums. You already know I'm trapping out the band, though. 1 second, y'all. Let's get back
Let's start with the fact that when Joe Biden and I came in office, during the height of a pandemic, we saw over 10 million jobs were lost. People, literally.
Excuses, ladies and gentlemen. Excuses, excuses, excuses. There were jobs lost, when we took office. I just want Kamala Harris supporters to take note of how she doesn't take accountability. She has yet to take accountability of the failure of the Joe Biden administration. She has yet to take accountability. I've been watching her. She has pointed fingers at Big Pharma. She has pointed fingers at the food in the grocery store industry. She has pointed fingers at the banks and the housing markets. She is pointing fingers at COVID. She has pointed fingers at everything but what the administration has done to the economy. Inflation is caused by what, ladies and gentlemen? Do you want me to educate y'all? Inflation is caused by governmental overspending. Every time the government overspends, loans money here, loans money there, national debt goes up. They owe money to this country. They owe money to that country. They're sending over, $3 billion over here. Whether it be to Ukraine, whether it be to Israel. The government has to account for that. Inflation comes from governmental overspending. That's where inflation comes from. So how can Kamala Harris sit up there and not take accountability for all the money that they blew? All the money that they blew, all the money that they wasted, burnt down. They was throwing LGBT barbecues on the White House front lawn. Free bussy for everyone. All of that costs money. All of that was all taxpayers' money. Every loan, every LGBTQ barbecue. That was all of our American tax dollars going to waste. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it a buck. Let's get back into it. Again, we got 243 people in the building. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I'm thankful for that. Please hit the damn like button. Hit the damn subscribe button. Put some respect on the like button. Put some respect on the subscribe button. And if you want to be a part of the dialogue, if you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in a super chat. We put respect on the donors. We put respect on the super chatters. Let's get back into it.
We were all tracking the numbers. Hundreds of people a day were dying.
Tracking the numbers. You wasn't tracking the numbers. Do you expect me to believe the woman that was the border czar? She couldn't track how many immigrants were flooding into the country. She couldn't track all the gang members that was crossing the border that are now taking over Aurora, Colorado. We're going to get to that. She couldn't track all the sex offenders that were crossing the borders or the drug smugglers that were crossing the borders. But you're tracking all the jobs that was lost during the pandemic? Give me a break, Kamala. Give me a break. We don't believe you were tracking any numbers. We don't believe it. We don't believe it. You're not committed to this job. Let's be honest. Let's be real here. Can we speak like family here? Is Kamala Harris really committed to being a president? Is she really committed to it? Or is it just like a cap? Is it like a feather in her hat? Does she really want to be president, or are people just forcing her, pushing her into this job? Is she committed to being president? Does she has the passion? Because everything about her vice presidency tenure tells me that she doesn't have the passion for it. If she truly had the passion for being a president, she would have been cleaning up that border. If she truly had the passion to being a president, she would have been working on inflation, working on the economy. If she truly had the passion to be the president, she would have been working harder for abortion rights. But what we got, a lot of people, they said they haven't even seen her in the last 3.5 years. Nobody's seen this woman in the last 3.5 years. But she just pops up talking about vote for me, vote for me. We haven't seen you for the last 3.5 years, Kamala. Let's get back into it.
Because of COVID. The economy had crashed. In large part, all of that because of mismanagement by Donald Trump.
Mismanagement of Donald Trump, not mismanagement of the Biden administration that's been running. Like, you know, this is the tricks that they're trying to pull. Now listen, hear me out. This would be different if Donald Trump was leaving the office and Biden or Kamala were coming in, or they were running for office, right? Kamala Harris, you have been in office for 3.5 years. Trump hasn't been in that office for the last 3.5 years. Let's talk about what you're doing today. Let's talk about what's occurring in our country in the last 3.5 years that you're responsible for. She does not want to take any accountability of the things that she has done and the Biden administration has done. They're not taking any accountability, y'all. And a lot of you Kamala Harris supporters, you're allowing her to skate. Like, listen, I get it, Kamala Harris supporters. You hate Trump. I get it. You hate Trump. You think he's a criminal. You think he's a tyrant. You think he's a dictator. You think he's this, you think he's that, you think he's, I don't know. You think he's the the Antichrist, I guess. I don't know. Well, I'm trying to think of other adjectives to attribute to him, or other things to put to his name. I mean, you think he's the worst thing in the world, right? But why aren't you holding the current administration accountable for what they did to the economy? Trump hasn't been in office for the last 3.5 years. Now listen, we could go back and we could say comparatively what he's done opposed to Biden. But let's look at what the current administration has done. Let's look at what's happening in Aurora, Colorado. Immigrants flooding into Colorado. Gang members taking over an apartment building in Aurora, Colorado. Let's take into a fact that immigrants are flooding into this country. There are women being sexually assaulted. I heard there was a case of a woman being thrown into a trash can. On top of the economy being crippled, on top of the inflation, people can't buy groceries. On top of what they've been doing bad in terms of foreign policies, they dropped the ball on Israel. They dropped the ball on Ukraine. Tensions with China. Donald Trump is not responsible for any of that. He's not responsible for any of that. Fire! 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 So a lot of y'all just need to, listen, I get it. You hate Trump. I get it. But when are you going to hold the Biden administration accountable? I'm not saying that you have to vote for Trump because of, all the things that, the Biden administration did wrong. But, I mean, you got to hold these people at least accountable. If you never hold Kamala Harris and Joe Biden accountable, how are they going to do a better job? How are they going to fix the things that they ruined? So that's my gripe with the Democratic Party right now. That's my gripe with a lot of you Kamala sexuals, is that you're not calling her out on all of their failures. How is she supposed to get better if you're not going to call her out on the failures? She's not even taking accountability for the failures. She's not even taking accountability for the failures, but you expect her to do a good job as president. She's not even taking accountability of the things she's done wrong, but you want her to be your president. How ridiculous does that sound? And we got 300 people in the building. I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Again, if you want to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue, we put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors. I want people to be a part of this dialogue and discussion. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get back into it, y'all.
That crisis. When we came in, our highest priority was to do what we could to rescue America. And today, we know that we have inflation at under 3%. A lot of our policies have led to the reality that America recovered faster than any wealthy nation around the world. But you are...
How is America recovering when people are having a hard time buying groceries, Kamala? How are we recovering? How? How are we recovering when Venezuelan gang members are taking over cities? How are we recovering, Kamala? How are we recovering? How are we recovering? Gang members are taking over inner cities. They're taking over New York. Venezuelan gang members, you know, people not even looking for, you know, the original street gang members. They're not looking for Bloods and Crips. The Venezuelan gang members have taken over the streets. They own the streets. They've taken over the streets now. Let's get back into it.
Are right. Prices, in particular for groceries, are still too high. The American people know it. I know it.
So why haven't you been doing the work? I'm going to continue to ask that question because we're looking at the incumbent party here. You know, even though, you know, they're trying to guise this as, oh, Kamala's new. Kamala, you know, this is Kamala with a new coat of paint. I'm not falling for that. We are looking at the incumbent here. This is the incumbent. Kamala Harris is the incumbent. This is the current administration trying to get a second term. So when I look at the state of the economy, when I look at the state that we are in as a country, she is going to be held accountable for these things. She's going to be held accountable for all of these things that we're going to bring up tonight.
Which is why my agenda includes what we need to do to bring down the price of groceries. For example, dealing with an issue like price gouging. What we need to do to extend the child tax credit to help young families be able...
I'm going to keep it a buck. I don't want to hear nothing about the child tax credit. People with kids, they make a damn enough of money during tax season. Let's be honest here. It seemed like every tax season, the only people getting money back is people with a bunch of kids. We don't want to hear, you know, people that don't have kids, people that are single, they don't want to hear you're going to give more money to people with kids. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear you're going to give more people money that are taking advantage of the system, popping out babies every year on government assistance, welfare, probably getting child support on all top of that. You're talking about giving them more money? You're talking about giving them more money? Are you serious? Nobody's asking for that. We don't want that. We don't want that. People with kids, they make a damn enough about. They make enough money during tax season. Stop having kids. All right? Wear a condom. Wear some contraceptive. And if you have a bunch of kids, get a better job. Get a better paying job. Work 2-3 jobs if you have to. Nobody told you to shoot up the club that many times. Get back into it.
To take care of their children in their most formative years. What we need to do to bring down the cost of housing. My proposal includes what would be a tax credit of $25,000 for first-time home buyers, so they can just have enough to put a down payment on a home.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. She is giving, and I don't know if y'all seen this, they are giving home ownership loans. Home ownership loans to immigrants. Have you seen this? Have any of y'all seen this? Has any of this information gone across you guys' desks? They are giving home ownership loans to immigrants. Not to the people that have been building this country, paying taxes for generations. They are giving home ownership loans to immigrants. That's absolutely ludicrous, y'all. That couldn't happen in China. That couldn't happen in Russia. That couldn't happen in Dubai. That couldn't happen in a lot of these countries that these people are coming from. But it's happening here in America. That's what these Democrats are working towards. They are trying to create an immigrant class that is going to vote for them for the next 50 years. That's what they're actively trying to do. Do you know that a lot of these immigrants, that they have state IDs? State IDs. The Democrats are trying to create an immigrant class. Hey, we got 266 people in the building, and we only got 60 likes. I need y'all to hit that like button, y'all.
What a thrill.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all.
With darkness and silence through the night.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I don't know why I got to continue to do this with y'all, man. Hit that like button, man.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
I got 200 people in here. I should at least have 100 likes. At least 100 likes. Now, you know, I'm not asking for 200 likes, but I should have at least 100. This is 100 likes. I don't think 100 likes is too much to ask for. I don't think 100 likes is, I mean, now it went up to 300. We got 300 people in here. Yeah, I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Listen, I'm going to take the time out. Look, listen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm going to take the time out in the show. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. We're going to sit right here until y'all start hitting that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that damn like button. And again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue, if you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters here. We put respect on the donors here. We read all donations. We read all super chatters. So please, you know, put respect on the like button. Put respect on that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Okay, we at 80. Okay, we at 80. Okay, hit that damn like button, y'all. Hit that damn like button. We at 80. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that damn like button, man. Thumb up this damn video. Thumb it up. Thumb it up. Thumb it up. You know, somebody asked, am I a Trump or a Kamala supporter? I am neither. I am an independent voter. I will not be voting for neither. I plan on going to the polls And if my state has him on the bill I'm not gonna tell you who I'm gonna vote for, because white people, they don't tell anyone who they're gonna vote for, unless you're just like a real either you're a real Trump supporter or you're a Kamala sexual. That's the only time white people tell who they're voting for. So I'm not gonna tell you who I'm voting for, but I will not be voting for Trump. I will not be voting for Kamala. I will not be voting for them. On election night, though, I will reveal who I voted for on election night. I will reveal who I voted for. And it's not RFK. He won't be on the. They said in some states that RFK will be on the bill on the ballot, but they said that in some states he won't be. Some states he will. They also said that Joe Biden might be on a lot of the ballots on election night. So look out for that. When you guys go to the polls on election night, you may see RFK, you may see Joe Biden on those bills whatever state you're on, because they said that there's still a lot of ballots out there, and they have Joe Biden on the ballot. They got some ballots out there that have RFK on the ballot, so you may see that on election night. But let's get back into it, y'all. Let's get back into it.
Of the American dream and their aspiration, but do it in a way that allows them to actually get on the path to achieving that goal and that dream.
So you have been vice president for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
3.5 years and ain't done a thing. Let's get back into it.
The steps that you're talking about now, why haven't you done them already?
That's a good ass question. That is a good ass question, Kamala. That is a good ass question. Why haven't you done any of this, Kamala? Why haven't you done any of this? Why haven't you done any of this? Let's stop acting like, Kamala Harris was powerless. Let's stop acting like this. She was not powerless. They gave her power. They gave her positions. They put things on her desk and said, hey, Kamala, we want you to work on this. We want you to do this. We want this to be your main focus right now. Let's stop acting like she was handicapped and she was not allowed to do certain things for the administration. This woman had a lot of accountability and a lot of power, and she absolutely dropped the ball on all the things that people gave her. Why haven't you done any of these things that you're talking about? You were the border czar, Kamala. Was Kamala Harris not the border czar? She was the border czar. She was in charge of the damn border. This woman she's never even been to the border. But you were the damn border czar. But you've never been to the border. Make it make sense. Somebody just said it in the chat. They said, watch how she's gonna deflect. She's gonna deflect like a mofo. She's gonna deflect. She's gonna do the Democratic, deflect shuffle. Let's get into it. Let's see what her answer is to why haven't you done anything with the power that you willed already? Why haven't you done it? Let's hear it.
Well, first of all, we had to recover as an.
First of all, we had to recover. Kamala Harris. See, this is what I'm talking about. No accountability. No accountability. Where's the accountability, Kamala sexuals? Kamala Harris supporters. Where is the accountability? Listen, I could respect her. If she said, you know what? In my 3.5 years, I wish I would have done more. I wish that I would have been on top of things more. I wish that I would have had the opportunity to fix certain things and go back and look at certain things. I would respect her if she took the accountability and said, you know what, I wish I would have done this, I would have done that, and yada, yada, yada. I could respect that. She chooses to go the other route and say, well, listen, we had a lot going on and we had an uphill battle and we were trying to recover. Kamala Harris, it's been 3.5 years. Let's be honest, and let's be honest about the 3.5 years. COVID slowed down. Like, let's say 2021, let's say late 2021 going into 2022, COVID slowed down completely. It slowed down. So let's stop acting like it was just the pandemic that was, crippling you to do more, to get more things done. Let's stop acting like that was what it was. That's not what it was, Kamala. It's not what it was. Let's stop acting like the pandemic was holding you back from doing what you needed to do. Let's stop acting like that. You wasn't passionate about your VP job. You wasn't doing more. You didn't show the effort. We know you wasn't showing the effort because you were the border czar and you never been to the border. That shows us all we need to know. That they gave you a position, that they gave you a job, they gave you something to do, and you didn't want to do it. Fire! 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 You showed us your work ethic. You showed us why you're not working. You showed us why you're not getting things done. But now you expect us to think that you're going to do things and you're going to put on your big girl pantsuits and do the work now? I'm not believing it. Come on, let's continue though.
Economy, and we have done that. I'm very proud of the work that we have done that has brought inflation.
What work have you done? The work you've been doing to cripple the economy? The work you have been doing to mess up the housing market? The work you've been doing, letting in Venezuelan gang members take control of cities? What work have you been doing? What work?
Down to less than 3%. The work that we have done to cap the cost of insulin at $35 a month for seniors. Donald Trump said he was going to do a number of things, including allowing Medicare
you hear
to
her.
negotiate.
You hear, now listen. They asked her why she didn't do more. Why is she mentioning Donald Trump?
Drug prices never have.
Hold on. Why is she mentioning Donald Trump? Hold on. Let's stay here. We're going to stay here. The question was, why haven't you done the things already with your 3.5 years in office? That was the question, Kamala. You're blaming the pandemic. You're saying that we didn't recover. You're making all of these damn excuses, and then what do? You go back and talk about Donald Trump. Why are you talking about Donald Trump, Kamala? We're talking about your time in office. We're talking about your 3.5 years. Your term. What you've been doing in that White House for 3.5 years. What have you been doing? What are your accomplishments? Why haven't you been getting things done? Why are you mentioning Trump? Fire! 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 We got 359 people in the building. I need y'all to hit that damn like button. Hit that damn subscribe button. Hit that damn like button. Hit that damn subscribe button, y'all. Let me play this for you.
What a thrill.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all.
Darkness and silence through the night.
If you're in darkness and in silence, hit that like button.
What a thrill.
It's a thrill to be here with y'all, but hit that damn like button.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
A lot of y'all are searching and melting for the like button. Hit that thing right now. Hit that thing right now. And if you want to be a part of the dialogue and discussion, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. Let's get back into it, though.
Happened. We did it. So now
we did it. You didn't do anything. You're crippling the country. You're crippling the nation. You're letting in Venezuelan gang members into the cities. You're taking over apartment complexes and taking over inner city neighborhoods. That's the work you had. That's what people are going to remember your presidency for and your administration for, Kamala.
And as I travel in the state of Georgia and around our country, the number of seniors that have benefited. I was in Nevada recently, a grandmother who showed me her receipts. And before we capped the cost of insulin for seniors.
Remember, guys, the question was why. The question was in your in your 3.5 years in office, why haven't you done more with your time? Why haven't you gotten more things done? That was the question. She's talking about insulin in Georgia for seniors. We're asking you, why haven't you done more for the country? Why haven't you fixed the inflation? Why haven't you fixed the immigration problem? Why haven't you worked harder on abortion? Why haven't you worked harder on the issues that Americans are struggling with today? Why haven't you done the work? Fire! 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 Why haven't you done the work? Why haven't you done the work? Let's continue.
At $35 a month, she was paying hundreds of dollars, up to thousands of dollars a month for her insulin. She's not doing that anymore.
You maintain Bidenomics is a
Bidenomics.
success.
I maintain.
Oh, we got a super chatter. We got a donor in the building. Salute to him. Let's see what he's talking about. Salute to Nate Memes. Salute to Nate's Memes. Salute to you, sir, with the $2 donation. Salute to you. We put respect on the donors here. Nate's Meme says, with the $2 donation, he says, does anyone believe in Kamala? Is she the best candidate? I agree with you. Do people really believe in Kamala? Does anybody, I'm looking in the chat. I'm gonna take a look at the chat. Does anybody believe in Kamala? Any of her supporters in here? I know we got a few of her supporters. I've seen some of you say Kamala 2024. Do you believe in her? That's a good question, Nate, because, I think a lot of these, Kamala Harris supporters, a lot of them just hate Trump. It's not about believing in Kamala. It's not about Kamala being right for, the presidency. It's not about her being the right fit. It's not about her doing a good job in her last 3.5 years as a VP. It's not about none of that. It's all about them hating Trump. Does anybody believe in her? I'm looking in the chat. I seen one person says, yep. Does anybody believe in her? I'm looking in the chat. Does anybody believe in her? That's a good question. I see more people saying no. She's full of lies. Mo Bamba, salute to Mo Bamba. He says she's full of lies. Yeah. More people are saying no than they're saying yes. Yeah, more people are saying no. Because that's what I think it's about. I think it's about people not liking Trump. People don't want Trump to get back in office. People hate Trump, yada, yada, yada. That's what I think it's about. It's not about, Kamala being the right suitor or being the right, woman for the job. It's about people disliking Trump. That's what it's really about. But let's get back into it. But salute to Nate's Memes with the $2 donation. Let's get back into it.
That when we do the work of bringing down prescription medication for the American people.
And if you want to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion, please donate to the channel, put it in the super chat. We read all donations. We put respect on the people's donations. Let's get back into it, though.
Including capping the cost of the annual cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000. When we do what we did in the first year of being in office to extend the child tax credit so that we cut child...
Again, she's talking about insulin and the child tax credit. Kamala Harris. People having insulin and, having a bunch of children that they're not taking care of does not affect all Americans. All Americans do not have diabetes, Kamala Harris. All Americans do not have 10, 8, 9, 20 kids that they're getting government assistance for, Kamala Harris. How are all Americans benefiting from some insulin in the child tax credit? How are we all benefiting from that? I ain't got 20 kids. I ain't got 8 kids. I don't have no kids. I don't have diabetes. I'm not taking insulin. How is this affecting all Americans? It's not. You haven't been doing the work. You haven't been working hard enough. For the everyday American, Kamala, you have not been working hard enough. Let's get back into it.
Poverty in America by over 50%. When we do what we have done to invest in the American people and bringing manufacturing back to the United States so that we created over...
We got 100 likes in the building. That's what's up. Okay, we finally got to 100. Now let's get to 200. Let's get to 200. I need 200 likes. I need y'all to hit that damn like button. Hit that damn subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 200 likes now. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Get back into it.
800,000 new manufacturing jobs, bringing business back to America. What we have done to improve the supply chain so we're not relying on foreign governments to supply American families with their basic needs, I'll say that that's good work. There's more to do, but that's good work.
I want to get some clarity on where you stand on some key policy issues. Energy is a big one. When you were in Congress, you supported the Green New Deal. And in 2019, you said, quote, "There is no question I'm in favor of banning fracking."
Let's get to fracking. Now, if you don't know what fracking is, it's essentially just oil drilling, right? That's what fracking is, right? In 2019, this woman went on a fracking spree, talking about how she's going to get rid of fracking. She will get rid of fracking on day one. She chastised Joe Biden for during the Democratic debate. She chastised Joe Biden for supporting fracking or not abolishing it. She has been like, she's literally in countless interviews and countless debates, she's talking about banning fracking, right? Listen to how she flip-flops now. Listen to how now her opinion has suddenly changed. All these years we've known her to hate on fracking, to want to stop fracking, want to abolish fracking. Now listen to her. Now listen to her talk about fracking. Now she doesn't want to ban it. Now her tune has changed. Listen to her flip-flop.
As you know, is a pretty big issue, particularly in your must-win state of Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Do you still want to ban fracking?
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020, that I would not ban fracking.
You're flip-flopping. You're flip-flopping. You've been telling people for years that you want to ban fracking. You've been chastising Joe Biden for supporting fracking. You said day one you're going to stop fracking. What the frack is going on, Kamala? You're going out of your fracking mind with all the fracking. I don't give a frack. She's flip-flopping. She's flip-flopping. She's flip-flopping. And I'm a lot of you Kamala Harris fans, I'm telling you right now, if she goes into a debate with all this flip-flopping, all this dropping the ball on the inflation and blaming everybody else but not the Biden administration, she's going to have a hard day, a hard night. During those debates, she's going to have a hard day. She better get her answers correct. She better get her, her quotes correct. Better get her facts correct, because she's going to have a long night if she comes into these debates with this type of energy.
Vice President, I did not ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking.
In 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So
Flip-flopper. You've been flip-flopping. Flippity-flip. How many times are you going to flip-flop, Kamala? Listen, Kamala, we have all of the audios, all of the recordings, all of the tapes. We know you said it. We know you said it. You've been talking about how you're gonna stop fracking on day one, but now you're flip-flopping. Now you're pandering. You're flip-flopping around. You're like an oily fish. An oily fish out of water, Kamala. You're like an oily fish out of water. You're flip-flopping around, girl. Again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue, you want to be a part of the discussion, we put respect on the super chatters. Please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats here, you know? So if you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in the super chat. Let's get back into it.
yes. So it changed in that campaign?
In 2020, I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position.
But we're talking about 2019. 2019, you said that on day one you were gonna ban fracking. You also said that you were gonna you also was chastising Joe Biden for fracking. So I mean, just take accountability. Just say, you know what, in 2019, I really felt this way about fracking, but I've come across some new information. I am no longer supporting fracking. I am no longer anti-fracking. That's what she had to do. But again, she does not want to take accountability. This is a woman that doesn't want to take accountability. Kamala Harris supporters, take note of this. She's showing you who she is. She doesn't take accountability. She will drop the ball on the country. She will drop the ball on the economy. She will drop us. She will fail us as a president, and she will not take accountability. She does not want to take accountability, y'all. Let's continue.
Nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word.
What made you change that position at the time?
What made you change, Kamala?
Well, let's be clear. My values have not changed. I believe...
So you're still against fracking? Your values haven't changed, so are you still against fracking? What is it? Stop flip-flopping around, woman, and give us a solid answer.
It is very important that we take seriously what we must do to guard against what is a clear crisis in terms of the climate. And to do...
So are you against fracking or are you for fracking? Give us a concrete, solid answer. Yes or no? Stop giving us all these wokeism, Brokeback Mountain, feather bottom quotes. Give us a solid answer, a concrete answer. I am supporting fracking. I don't care. I don't care about the economy. I don't care about the weather and the climate change. I am supporting fracking. I do not support fracking. I am anti-fracking. The fracking is hurting our climate. I will ban fracking on day one. Give us a concrete answer. Stand on something, woman. Stand on it. Stand on it. Don't get in front of the cameras now and listen. I know I said it in 2019, but it's 2024 now. Kamala Harris, that was 5 years ago. It wasn't that long. It's not like it was a decade ago. It's 5 years ago. We still got the tapes as well. Let's continue.
Do that, we can do what we have accomplished thus far. The Inflation Reduction Act, what we have done to invest, by my calculation, over probably $1 trillion over the next 10 years, investing in a clean energy economy. What we've already done, creating over 300,000 new clean energy jobs. That tells me, from my experience as vice president, we can do it without banning fracking. In fact, Dana, excuse me.
Get the names right. Get the names right. Get the names right.
I cast the tie-breaking vote.
See, you know what it is about Kamala, and I just picked up on it. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I just picked up on it. Kamala Harris think that she's cool and suave, like an Obama. She thinks she's cool and suave. But Kamala, that's how you look at yourself. You are not cool and suave to the American public. You're very cringe. Your laughter, the way that you talk, the tone of your voice, you're very cringe. You're cringe for a lot of people. Listen, I'm not a Barack Obama supporter. I don't like none of the things he did. I think his presidency was the worst thing for black people. But the one thing that I gotta give to him, the one thing I have to give to him, the man is a good orator. The man is a good orator, quick on his feet, very suave, very collective, very clever, very smooth. Kamala Harris, you are not that. You are not that. You are not that, Kamala. You are not that. And if you ever seen any of Kamala Harris's campaign rallies, it's like she don't have a lot of energy in her body. She's gonna need some energy in her body. I suggest that she take 2 shots of espresso, some coffee. I don't know. You're gonna have to have a lot more energy if you're gonna go up against Trump, because Trump gonna come on that stage with the smoke. I guarantee you, Trump is gonna have the smoke that night for Kamala. He's gonna have a lot of smoke for her. They already hired Tulsi Gabbard to be one of the prep debaters for her. I mean for Donald Trump. They ready for war. So she better get her stuff together. The Democrats are like, I'm make no mistake, the Democrats are shielding her, and it's not going to help her. She needs to have more interviews like this where it could prep her. The beauty of doing interviews like this, it preps you. It preps you for the quick answers, the questions that people want to hear, the things that are going to be hard for you to answer. It's prepping you. This is her first interview. She hasn't been prepped on these things. She doesn't know how to maneuver in these waters, and it's not helping her. All of the shielding, all of the guiding, all of the the antics that the Democrats have been doing for her, it's hurting her. It's not helping. It's hurting her. If she's not ready for the job now, she'll never be. If she's scared to talk with publications and for them to ask her, whatever they feel like it, she'll never be ready for the job. That's just the reality of it.
That actually increased leases for fracking as vice president. So I'm very clear about where I stand.
And was there some policy or scientific data that you saw that you said, oh, okay.
Did you see anything, Kamala, that can substantiate where you're coming from?
I get it now.
What I have seen is that we can grow and we can increase a thriving clean energy economy without banning fracking.
Okay.
We're going to need the proof. We're going to need the
Vice
proof,
President,
Kamala. We're going to need the proof of that. We're going to jump right into part 2. That was part one of the sit down. That was part one. Now, let me ask y'all this. Why did CNN, they edited this thing. I just want to let y'all know they edited this thing. They cut it up in 3 parts. Heavily edited this video. This is not a free flowing conversation that's non-filtered. This is a heavily edited Kamala Harris interview. They are continually, shielding her. She needed a free-flowing interview that was, long and unfiltered. This is the time. Stop shielding her. Stop editing her. Stop editing this woman. Put out her full interview. Why did they cut this thing up in 3 parts? This is her damn first interview. Why are you editing it? It's her first interview. But let's, in the event, let's get into the part 2. Let's get into part 2. Oh, hold on, my fault, y'all. My fault. Let's get into part 2. Give me a second.
Another issue, big one, is immigration. As Vice President, you were tasked
I can't wait to hear this.
with addressing the root causes of migration in southern countries and
Northern part of Central America.
Keep in mind, Tampon Timmy, he hasn't said a word yet. What is Tampon Timmy really there for? He hasn't gotten a word out. He's probably thinking about that next shipment of tampons heading to a city near you. What is he really there for? What is he there like? Is he there for support? What is he there for? Is he supposed to be like the bad bitch that's supposed to be next to Kamala Harris? Like, what is he there for? Tampon Timmy, what are you there for? Are you even allowed to speak, Tampon Timmy? Like, what are you there for? I'm confused at that. But let's get back into it.
northern part of Central America that affects the southern border of the U.S. During the Biden-Harris administration, there were record numbers of illegal border crossings. Why did the Biden-Harris administration wait 3.5 years to implement sweeping asylum restrictions?
That's another good-ass question. See, that's the beauty of these interviews. The interviewer is going to ask you hard questions. See, this is what she needed. She needs this type of environment to help her in a debate. She needs this type of environment because, listen, it doesn't matter who y'all sit with. It doesn't matter who y'all sit with. They're going to ask questions that are on the American people's minds. And you better hope that they don't have like a crowd audience that they could talk and get things off. She's really going to be in trouble then. But let's see what she says in terms of immigration. Keep in mind, this is the border czar here. This is the woman that was in charge of the border. She's now going to tell us how they dropped the ball on immigration. She's now going to tell us why Venezuelan gangs are taking over Aurora. Anybody seen that video in Aurora where Venezuelan gangs took over an apartment complex? They went into an apartment complex with guns, machetes, knocked on doors and told people, we need you to leave now. Immediately. Don't even grab your things. We'll take care of your things. But we need you and your family to leave. This is our apartment now. Venezuelan gang members taking over the cities in New York, Colorado. She's now going to articulate to us why she dropped the ball on that. I can't wait to hear this. All the sex offenders flooding into our communities by way of the immigration. All of the deviants. The criminals, the gang members. She's now going to articulate to us why she dropped the ball on that. Let's hear this.
Well, first of all, the root causes work that I did as vice president, that I was asked to do by the president, has actually resulted in a number of benefits, including historic investments by American businesses in that region. The number of immigrants coming from that region has actually reduced since we...
What? What is she talking about? Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Kamala. See, it's good that we're having this discussion because Kamala Harris fans, y'all need to help her. If you think that she's gonna get into a debate with Donald Trump and she's gonna talk about, oh, we had investments and all of the economic investments we did for the immigrants and yada yada. If you think that that's gonna be, but she's going to get off on that debate stage and Trump is not going to talk about, all the gang members, all the sexual deviants, all the women that were violated, all the people being forced out of their homes in Aurora. If you don't think that all the police officers being shot at by immigrant gang members, if you think that she's going to get this off in a debate, oh my goodness, she's going to lose. I'm letting y'all know that. She's going to lose. It's going to be a hard night and she's going to lose. Salute to Bookworm22 with the $2 donation. Salute to you, sir. Bookworm22 with the $2 donation. He says, she's a liar as a Coloradian. F her. I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you, Bookworm22. Bookworm22, did you see the video? Did you see the video of what's happening in Aurora, Colorado? Did you see it? Immigrant gang members taking over a whole apartment complex. They running around with assault rifles, machetes, telling people to get out their apartments. It's our apartment now. This is what the Democrats have done to our country. Have y'all, tell me y'all have seen it. Tell me y'all have seen it. And if you haven't seen it, look it up. What's going on in Aurora? I couldn't believe it. Know what it reminded me of? I'm gonna keep it a buck. Anybody ever seen New Jack City? Remember when Nino Brown took over the Carter? That's what it reminded me of. Salute to Bookworm. Salute to Bookworm with the $5 donation. He says, I saw the video. My driver today told me he's not comfortable going to Aurora anymore. It's bad. I agree. What's happening in Aurora, Colorado, Bookworm22, it's an absolute travesty. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm in New York, right? And the Venezuelan gang members, they're taking over the city. They are literally taking over the city. They're stealing phones. They're shooting at police officers. They're finding girls in trash cans. They're taking over the city. And the Democrats are doing absolutely nothing about it. All because they want this immigrant utopia. And they want to create an immigrant class that can keep them in office. We've seen this movie before. Back in the day, the Democrats, they tried to do this to black people. We're gonna give black people tokenism. We're not going to actually do things and get things done for them. We're just going to give them a little tokenism. Martin Luther King Day here. a George Floyd statue here. Tokenism. They'll keep us in office for the next 50 years. They'll keep us in office for the next 50 years. But, 50 years later, black people have woken up. Black people no longer are licking the boots of the Democrats. So now the Democrats are big mad. They're aggy now because black people have said, you know what, we don't want to vote for them no more because they're not doing anything. They're just giving us tokenism. They're not actually doing the work to help our communities. So now they're saying, you know what, we're going to incentivize the immigrant class. We're gonna give them loan ownership programs. We're gonna put them in high-rise hotels and give them credit cards. We are going to create an immigrant class. We're gonna give them IDs. They're giving immigrants IDs now. And all of the taxpayers, all of the Americans, we're paying for it. We're paying for the Venezuelan gangs to be shipped out here and taking over our cities. We're paying for all these, the sexual deviants from their countries coming over here and assaulting our women. We're paying for it's all our tax money. And don't get me wrong. Listen, don't get me wrong. All of those people that are coming here, they're all not criminals. Some of them, they are looking for a better life. They are good people. They are hardworking people that are in those crowds. All of them are not gang members. But, when you're if you're going to take in loads of people, you're going to take in the good with the bad. It's not just good people coming over here. We're not taking, it's not like Venezuela are giving us their engineers and their doctors and their the people in business and finance. They're not sending over the best of the best over here. Fire, 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 fire! You think Venezuela is sending over the scientists, the doctors, the businessmen? No. They're sending over the people that they don't want. Fire, 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 fire! They're sending over the societal outcasts, the criminals. And some of the people that are poor, that are looking for, some of them that are hardworking, that are looking for a better life, but we're also taking in people that are criminals, people that are deviants. We're taking in all of them. That's just the reality of the situation. But let's get back into it. But salute to Bookworm 22. Let's get back into it. And again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion, we put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. So please be a part of the discussion. Please be a part of the dialogue. Let's get back into it.
We began that work, but I will say this, that Joe Biden and I and our administration worked with members of the United States Congress on an immigration issue that is very significant to the American people and to our security, which is the border. And through bipartisan work, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Congress, a bill was crafted, which we supported, which I support. And Donald Trump got word of this bill that would have...
Again, she's talking about Donald Trump. Kamala Harris, the man hasn't been in office for the last 3.5 years. You've been in there. Let's do the timeline after the June 6th insurrection. But after Biden was coronated, essentially the power was turned over to you guys. What has Trump been dealing with for the last 3.5 years? Getting arrested, indicted, defamation lawsuits, raid at the Mar-a-Lago. That was his 3.5 years. Why do you keep bringing up Trump? Fire, 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 fire! Trump wasn't in office for the last 3.5 years. You were. They are asking you, Why did you not take care of the immigration problem, the border problem? You were the border czar. Why did you not do more? Stop telling us about Trump and what he did. Tell us what you did wrong, Kamala.
Contributed to securing our border, and because he believes that it would not have helped him politically, he told his folks in Congress.
Huh? Now, listen. Now she's saying Trump told people in Congress. I hate to break it to you, but Trump didn't have that much power like that. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people in Congress that are MAGA supporters. They're MAGA supporters. We're not going to deny that. But to think that, oh, Trump had this omnipotent power to just tell, some Republicans, hey guys, we're not gonna pass this bill that Kamala had. I think that's absolutely nonsense to believe that. Salute to Bookworm22 with the $5 donation. Salute to you. He says they put that bill out 3 years ago after the border was out of context. What were they doing before that? Letting in millions before that bill. That's an absolute fact. She wants us to believe. This is what she wants us to believe. She wants us to believe that, Donald Trump, he told a bunch of Republicans, hey guys, don't support that bill that they're trying to get through. And that the Republicans in the Congress did his bidding. That's what she wants us to believe. Meanwhile, there's a state of emergency in New York about the immigration problem. New York is spending $5 billion on immigration alone. Why didn't Joe Biden sign an executive order in terms of the border security and immigration? Why did he not do that? Why did he not forget about Congress? Why did he not sign an executive order to secure that damn border? Why did he not do that? Stop telling us about what Trump did. She's telling us about what Trump did like Trump wasn't in Trump was in a jail cell around this time, or possibly dealing with a lawsuit, or possibly dealing with a defamation lawsuit around this time that she's talking about. That's all Kamala Harris has done so far. Blame Trump for everything. If it started to rain, she'll start blaming Trump. If she accidentally walked in some dog dung, she'll blame Trump. If her pantsuit got wrinkled, she would blame Trump. Kamala Harris, you've been in office for 3.5 years. You can't blame Trump for the failures of your VP career, for the failures of the Biden administration. You can't blame him for your failures, for your shortcomings. That is your cross to bear, Kamala. That's your cross to bear. Your failures as a VP, your failures in the economy, your failures at the, in terms of the border and immigration, that is your cross to bear, Kamala. That's your cross to bear.
Don't put it forward. He killed the bill.
He killed the bill, but he had no power to kill the bill. He killed the bill, but he was in a jail cell. He killed the bill, but he had no type of presidential power whatsoever. She's saying he dog whistled to a couple of Republicans and they nixed the bill. That's what she wants us to believe.
Border security bill that would have put 1,500 more agents on the border. And let me tell you something, the border...
1,500 more agents at the border? Is that what she just said? Kamala Harris, you want 1,500 more border agents at the border? Why haven't you been there to do it? Border czar? Border czar. Border czar Kamala Harris. Why haven't you done the work to fix the border? She also, not to mention, she called ICE agents KKK. She said ICE agents are KKK. Keep in mind, I just want y'all to just look at it. Just look at it. She called ICE agents KKK. She has no respect for the Border Patrol. She has never been there, never talked to the people, never seen how the border was, never worked with them intimately. Does she really care about immigration? I want to ask y'all that. Does she really care about immigration, or is it just a front? Does she really care about immigration? I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I don't believe she truly cares about immigration. I don't believe she truly cares about it. I don't think that's at the top of her mind. You know? Let's continue though.
Control endorsed the bill. And I'm sure in large part because they knew they were working around the clock and 1,500 more agents would help them. That bill would have allowed us to increase seizures of fentanyl. Ask any community in America that has been devastated by fentanyl what passing that bill would have done to address their concern and a pain that they've experienced.
So you would push that legislation again? I just want to
Not
ask
only
about...
push it, I will make sure that it comes to my desk and I would sign it.
Just one other question about something that you said in 2019 when you first ran. There was a debate. You raised your hand when asked whether or not the border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
One second, y'all. We're going to have to deal with that. We're definitely going to have to deal with that. The border should be decriminalized. That's another thing that Kamala is going to have to deal with. All of her old clips, all of her old audio, she said the border should be decriminalized. All those criminals, crossing the borders, all those gang members running around Aurora, Colorado, it should be decriminalized. That's essentially what she said in the past. Let's get into it. Let's get into that. Let's definitely get into that.
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced.
Should it be decriminalized? Yes or no? Why doesn't she just want to give us a yes or no answer? Why is that, y'all? Why is that?
That address and deal with people who cross our border illegally, and there should be consequence. And let's be clear, in this race, I'm the only person who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations who traffic in guns, drugs, and human beings.
Stop it.
I'm the only person in this race who actually
stop it. You locked up black men for a little bit of reefer. Stop it, Kamala. Stop it. A couple black men had a little bit of reefer on them. You threw them in a can. Stop it. Black man had a little bit of crack on him. You treated him like he was Pablo Escobar. Stop it. Stop it, Kamala.
Served a border state as Attorney General to enforce our laws, and I would enforce our laws as president going forward. I recognize the problem.
But you're not enforcing it now, though. How are you going to enforce the laws as president when you ain't enforcing it now as VP? I don't see. It's funny. I don't see a lot of Kamala sexuals in the building tonight. I don't see them repping hard. Normally I do a stream. They be repping hard for Kamala. I don't see him tonight like that. I wonder why. I wonder why. She's telling us she's going to fix the border, but she hasn't fixed the border as the borders are. Who is believing this garbage? Who is believing this nonsense?
How should voters look at some of the changes that you've made, that you've explained some of here in your policy? Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? And should they feel comfortable and confident that what you're saying now is going to be your policy?
Timmy still ain't get a word off yet. Can y'all believe that? Tampon Timmy ain't get a word off yet. He been sitting there like a bad bitch. Front seat at the Lakers game. Ain't get a word off yet. He just happy to be there. Oh my goodness, Tampon Timmy. Kamala ain't even letting you speak. I ain't hear you get a word off yet, bro. I don't understand why he's even there. I don't get why Tampon Timmy's even there. Why is Tampon Timmy there? Why is he there? Is he there just like for emotional support? Like I don't get it. I don't get like why he's just sitting there. I don't get it. Like they haven't asked this man not one question yet. She hasn't. Another thing, mind you, she has not kicked it to him. She has not said, "I'm gonna let my VP answer that. I'm gonna let my VP tackle this one." She hasn't thrown it to him not one time. What is he there for? Somebody said he's just keeping the seat warm. Yeah, man, he's an excellent seat warmer. He's like the Giannis under the Kumpo. He's like Giannis' brother, just keeping the seat warm on the team's bench. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You know, hopefully she kicks it to him or they ask him a question at least once in this interview.
Moving forward.
Dana, I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed, and I have worked on it, that the climate crisis is real, that it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves to deadlines around time. We did that with the Inflation Reduction Act. We have set goals for the United States of America and by extension the globe around when we should meet certain standards for reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, as an example. That value has not changed. My value around what we need to do to secure our border, that value has not changed. I spent 2 terms as the Attorney General of California.
You were also the border czar, and you dropped the ball on the border, did you not? To me, it's always gonna sound like, you know, ridiculous to me. And I know we were talking about her being the border czar, but it's always gonna just sound ridiculous to me that you're the border czar and you've never been there. That's gonna always sound like Kamala. You do know that you're running for president and that these clips are resurfacing. You know, these clips are resurfacing of you. You know, I should just pull it up of her talking about, you know, being the border czar and she's never been to the border. Yeah, you know, those clips are going to play into people's minds, especially to the people in Colorado. Those clips are going to play in people's minds that you're the border czar, you're in charge of the border, but you haven't been doing the work to secure the border. So I don't know how anybody could vote for you if they want a secure border. I don't see how people would vote for you. You know, if you know, maybe if you're an abortionist, maybe if you're an LGBTQer, You know, maybe if, you know, you use pronouns, maybe if, you know, you just hate Trump. But if you're like, if you just want to secure a border, you want to stop of the shipment of gang members coming over here, I don't see why you would vote for her. I truly don't.
Executing transnational criminal organizations, violations of American laws regarding the illegal passage of guns, drugs, and human beings across our border.
What about the illegal passage of gang members? Kamala Harris, this is America. It's not hard to get a gun in this country, whether you're an illegal immigrant or not. Hate to break it to you. Are some of those gang members and criminals maybe trying to smuggle some drugs over here? Probably. That's a part of it, no question. That's a part of it. But those immigrants, they don't give a damn about, you know, trying to smuggle some guns over here. There's enough guns over here for everybody. Ain't worried about a damn firearm. They can get a firearm. We worried about why you keep shipping these gang members over here. Why you keep shipping them over here? That's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about them, you know, smuggling some firearms over here. Everybody got a gun over here. We ain't worried about that. Why you keep shipping them over? Why you keep shipping the gang members over here?
Values have not changed. So that is the reality of it. In 4 years of being vice president, I'll tell you, one of the aspects to your point is traveling the country extensively. I mean, I'm here in Georgia. I think somebody told me 17 times.
She's been traveling the country extensively, but she hasn't been to the border. You heard that? Where exactly have you been, Kamala? Where you been? You been Miami, Hawaii. You went to California. You went to Rodeo Drive. Picked up a new pantsuit. Then after that, you went to New York. You went to Soho. Then you went down to Atlanta so you could twerk on stage with Meg Thee Stallion. You've been all these places, but you haven't been to the border. Crazy.
Time since I've been vice president in Georgia alone, I believe it is important to build consensus. And it is important to find a common place of understanding of where we can actually solve problems.
On that note, you had a lot of Republican speakers at the convention. Will you appoint a Republican to your cabinet?
Yes, I would.
Anyone in mind?
Yes, I would. No one in particular in mind. We got 68 days to.
Probably a Democratic bootlicking one.
Go with this election, so I'm not putting the cart before the horse, but I would. I think it's really.
Timmy, I'm telling you, remember, Timmy's a governor. Timmy's a governor. I know it's burning him up inside that he has to sit through this and not get a word off. And he's a governor. He has a whole state he has to be to take control of. And to take accountability for and give tampons to the whole state of Minnesota. He literally had to sit through this whole interview so far and not get a word off. I know it's burning his soul inside. He ain't gonna say nothing about it, but I can tell it's burning his soul inside.
Important. I have spent my career inviting diversity.
You spent your career locking up black men. Stop it.
Of opinion. I think it's important to have people at the table when some of the most important decisions are being made that have different views, different experiences. And I think it would be to the benefit of the American public to have a member of my cabinet who was a Republican.
Increase your profit.
My fault, y'all. Give me 1 second. 1 second with this. YouTube is going brazy right now. 1 second.
I want to ask you about your.
Y'all notice how they edit the hell out of this video. They taking whole segments out. editing, you know, her long-winded questions. They edited the hell out of this interview. Oh my goodness. Cut it up in 3 different parts. They put this damn interview in Adobe Premiere. Put the transitions in there. Different filters. What the hell is going on? Anytime Trump does an interview with a publication, they put the full thing out there, unfiltered. You know what I mean? They put it out unfiltered. Somebody said different angles. Yeah. I'm saying every time Trump does an interview, it's unfiltered. They allow him to just speak free-flowingly. Why are they editing this? Why are they editing the hell out of this video? We want to see Kamala Harris talk. We want to see her unfiltered, you know, unedited thoughts. We don't want CNN protecting her. Stop protecting her, Democrats. You're not helping her by protecting her. You're hurting her. She needs the criticism. If you want her to win, if you want her to have a fighting chance, I'm letting them know right now, if you want her to have a fighting chance, you gotta give her the opportunity to embarrass herself. That's the only way she's gonna learn. Y'all not helping her by, you know, all of the editing, all of the shielding. You're not helping her.
Opponent, Donald Trump. I was a little bit surprised. People might be surprised to hear that you have never interacted with him, met him face to face. That's going to change soon. But what I want to ask you about is what he said last month. He suggested that you happened to turn black recently for political purposes.
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No. Fire! Fire! Fire!
Oh, man. Did he lie? Did he lie? This is not a black woman. Kamala Harris, you're not a black woman. You're not a black woman. Your father is biracial. His father was a white man. His mother was Jamaican. Your mother is a full-blooded Indian woman. They conceived you. That does not make you a black woman. Fire! 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 Let me tell you guys what a black woman is, because, you know, a lot of people don't really look into these things or really ask themselves, what is black? Every person with melanin on their skin are not black. When you're talking about black people, we are talking about black individuals that suffered through the transatlantic slavery in America, not in Jamaica, not in Haiti, not in United Kingdom, but in America. That's what a black person is. Kamala Harris, your ancestors were not slaves in America. Your mother is an Indian woman. Your father was a Jamaican, half Irish man. None of your ancestors suffered through slavery in America. You are not a black American woman. Fire, 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 fire. Can we just put that to bed? Somebody said thank you. No problem, because I don't know why this is so hard for people to understand. Just because you got a little bit of melanin, that does not make you black. That does not make you black. Listen, there's people from Jamaica that have melanin, they darker than me. That doesn't make them black. There's people from Haiti that live in America, darker than me. That does not make them black. This is what makes you black. You have to come from an ancestry background of your ancestors suffering through slavery in America. If your ancestors were not slaves in America, then please, you are not a black person. You are a Jamaican. You are a Haitian. You are from, a place in Africa, Kenya, Sudan, Ghana. But you are not a black person. You are not a foundational black American. You are not. I don't understand why that's so hard for people to gather or to put together. Because, a lot of people, they think just because somebody has a little bit of melanin, mostly Democrats, just because somebody has a little bit of melanin, they just want to put them in the category of black. Oh, she has a little bit of melanin. It's only like 15%, but she's black. That's not reality. That's not real. Let's get into it. Let's see what she says with this one.
Purposes. Questioning a core part of your identity.
Yeah.
Somebody said she's mulatto. I don't believe she's even. I wouldn't even call her a mulatto. You know what I would call Kamala Harris, because she's dealing with 3 different cultures. Remember, her father's Jamaican, but he was a half Irish, I believe half Jamaican, and her mother is Indian. So she's really dealing with 3 different cultures. I would call her a multiculturalist. That's what I would call her. I wouldn't call her a mulatto. I wouldn't call her black. I wouldn't even call her biracial. I would call her a multicultural. That's what I would call her. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with being a multiculturalist. But listen, you can't hang on the coattails of the black community and act like you're with us when you're not. We can't allow that. We cannot allow that.
Any same old tired playbook. Next question, please.
See, why did she not address her blackness? You Kamala Harris supporters, you Democratic bootlickers, why did she not support her blackness? If she really is this black woman, black fist in the air, I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blinkety black, and I'm black, y'all. If she's really black, why did she not support her blackness? Why did she not defend her blackness? Why didn't she do it? Next question, please. Next question, please. Come on now. Why didn't she defend her blackness? And I'm talking to the people that believe she's black. I'm talking to the people that are Kamala Harris supporters and say, "Yo, this is a black woman." I'm talking to them. I'm not talking to the people that understand what's going on here, that understand the pandering understand what was happening here. That the people, even some of the Trump supporters, realize what's going on here. I'm speaking to the liberals. I'm speaking to the Democrats. I'm speaking to the Democratic bootlickers calling her a black woman. I'm asking them, why didn't she defend her blackness? I'm asking them. I'm asking them why didn't she defend her blackness right here, and why she had the opportunity to do it.
That's it? That's it. Okay. Let's talk about some foreign policy issues that would be on your plate if you become commander-in-chief. President Biden has tried unsuccessfully to end the war between Israel.
He's been doing a horrible job at that. Has he not? Has he not been doing a horrible job, y'all? All the flack Donald Trump got. Remember they was telling us, oh, Donald Trump, if he gets in office, can you imagine what he would be doing in terms of foreign policies and foreign politics and getting into it with different world leaders? He would be terrible with world leaders. He would be horrible. Can you imagine? 4 years of Donald Trump, there was no Israel Palestine conflict. 4 years there was no Russia Ukraine war. Which kind of has me curious. For years they were saying that Trump colluded with Russia. Well, why didn't Russia when Trump was in office? Why didn't Russia invade Ukraine then? Why did they invade when he was out of office? That's a head scratcher to me. Then you got the tensions with Iran, you got the tensions with China. The Biden administration has done a terrible job in foreign politics. Terrible. Terrible job in foreign politics. Terrible job. Terrible job.
Israel and Hamas in Gaza. He's been doing it for months and months, along with you. Would you do anything differently? For example, would you withhold some U.S. weapons shipments to Israel? That's what a lot of people on the progressive left want you to do.
Let me be very clear. I am unequivocal and unwavering in my commitment to Israel's defense and its ability to defend itself.
That's a lie. She was on the DNC stage and she said to the pro-Palestine protesters, we see you and we hear you. Did she not do that? Did she not do that, y'all? She was on the DNC stage and she said to the pro-Palestine protesters, and this is what happens when you pander to both sides. When you pander to both sides, let me just put this out there. When you pander to both sides, both of them are going to be mad at you. When you go over to Israel and you tell them, hey, we're going to send you $3 billion. We're going to make sure we keep you safe. We're going to make sure we give you our full support. And then you sneak over to the Palestine protesters and you say, listen, we see you. We hear you. You don't think both sides feel like you betrayed them? You don't think that both sides feel like you're playing both sides, playing down the middle? You don't think that they both feel like they can't trust you? And that's what the Democrats have been doing. They've been playing both sides down the middle. Politically, not financially. Financially, you know where their support is. Financially, you know where their support is. But politically, they've been playing both sides down the middle. Let's get back into it, though.
And that's not going to change. But let's take a step back. October 7, 1,200 people were massacred. Many young people who were simply attending a music festival. Women were horribly raped. As I said then, I say today, Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters. Far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. And we have got to get a deal done. We were in Doha. We have to get a deal done. This war must end.
In the meantime,
and we must get a deal that is about getting the hostages out. I've met with the families of the American hostages. Let's get the hostages out. Let's get the ceasefire done.
but no change in policy in terms of arms and so forth.
No, we have to get...
So no answers at the end of the day. No solutions at the end of the day. No problem solving at the end of the day. You said all of that, but you have no solutions to end the conflict. And this is who you want back in the office? This is who you want? This is who you think is going to stop the conflict? This is who you think is going to solve the problems and solve the issues out there? This is who you think?
Get a deal done. Dana, we have to get a deal done. When you look at the significance of this to the families, to the people who are living in that region, a deal is not only the right thing to do to end this war, but will unlock so much of what must happen next. I remain committed since I've been on October 8 to what we must do to work toward a two-state solution where Israel is secure and in equal.
Both sides of the fight are not trying to hear that. Both sides are not trying to hear that. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Neither side is trying to hear that right now.
Measure the Palestinians have security and self-determination and dignity.
Let's get into the third part. Hopefully the third part will allow Timmy Boy to answer some damn questions. We're on the third part of this interview, and Timmy Boy has not gotten a word out of his mouth. Tampon Timmy, get out the mirror for a second, Tampon Timmy. Tell us about those tampons. Are they exorbitant? How exorbitant are those tampons, Timmy? How much leakage does it support? Give us a report on those tampons, Timmy. Tell us something, Timmy. Give us something. Give me one sec. Give me one sec, because we haven't heard a word from Tampon Timmy. We have not heard a word.
Governor Walz.
Finally! We're finally gonna hear from Timmy Boy. We're finally gonna hear from Timmy Boy. Timmy Boy. Finally.
The country is just starting to get to know you. I want to ask you a question about how you've described your service.
Where'd you get the tampons from, Timmy? Timmy Boy, do you use tampons, Timmy Boy? Timmy Boy, when you use tampons, like where do you put them, Timmy? Did they go up your butthole? Did you put them on your gooch? Like, where do you put the tampons, Timmy? Like, what are we really gonna ask Tampon Timmy? What are we gonna ask him? What are we gonna ask him about? What are we gonna ask him? What are we gonna ask him? We're gonna ask him. What are we gonna ask Tampon Tim? I'm curious.
In the National Guard.
Oh, they're gonna ask him about his service, because somebody said that he committed stolen valor, where he talked about he served somewhere where he never was or something like that. Is that true? Is Timmy Boy, is he guilty of stolen valor? Is Timmy Boy guilty of stolen valor? I have a lot of respect for the men and women that protect this country, whether they be in the National Guard, whether they be they're in our service, whether they military, Navy, Marines. A lot of respect for those men and women. Is he guilty of stolen valor, though? People says he is. Okay. Okay. As charged, he did. Okay. People are saying yes. People are saying yes. Okay. Let's hear what he says in terms of those charges. Let's see what he says. I'm curious now.
You said that you carried weapons in war, but you have never deployed actually in a war zone.
Tampon Timmy, you was lying? Let's hear about your war stories, Tampon Timmy. Tell us about when they dropped you off in Nam with nothing but a tampon and a canteen. Yo. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
A campaign official said that you misspoke. Did you?
Well, first of all, I'm incredibly proud. I've done 24 years of wearing the uniform of this country. Equally proud of my service in a public school classroom, whether it's Congress or the governor. My record speaks for itself, but I think people...
Did you or did you not carry weapons where you said you were? It's a yes or no question, Tampon Timmy. It's a yes or no question. Just say yes or no. Just say I served my country, but I embellished on the story. That's all you had to say. It's yes or no.
People are coming to get to know me. I speak like they do. I speak candidly. I wear my emotions on my sleeves, and I speak especially passionately about our children being shot in schools and around guns. So
remember what the question was. Yo, these are some filler buster ass questions, bro. I mean, these are some filler buster ass answers, bro. These are some filler buster ass questions. I mean, answers, excuse me. Filler buster ass answers. Bro, they're asking you about your service as in the National Guard. You said that you had weapons and you were deployed in a certain area that you never were. All we want to know is if you lied. Did you embellish on that story? Yes or no? Why are you talking about the children in the schools and, people getting shot? What are you talking about? We talking about your record as a National Guard. And if you lied, stop with these filibuster ass answers. These filibuster ass answers, bro. We just want to know yes or no if you embellished on a story. Did you lie? That's all we want to know.
I think people know me. They know who I am. They know where...
we don't know you. We do not know you. Nobody outside of the state of Minnesota knows you, Tampon Timmy. All we know is that you want to put tampons in the boys' bathroom. That's all we know about you. And that you possibly lied about, where you were deployed and if you were carrying weapons and you embellished on the story. That's all we know about you. We don't know much about you, Tampon Timmy.
My heart is, and again, my record has been out there for over 40 years to speak for itself.
And the idea that you said that you were in war, did you...
She had to go back to the question because it seemed like he done forgot about it. Do it seem like he kind of forgot about the question? I mean, it was a simple question. He really went through the backyard. He jumped over the fence. He went through the woods. He went through somebody else's backyard. Then he went to his grandmother's house. Then he walked down the street. He didn't answer the question directly, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear what he says now.
Misspeak, as the campaign has said?
Yeah, I said we were talking about, in this case, this was after a school shooting, the ideas of carrying these weapons of war. And my wife, the English teacher, told me my grammar is not always correct. But again, if it's not this, it's an attack on my children for showing love.
So you lied. So just say you lied. You lied about where you were deployed. Timmy, that means you did commit stolen valor. You absolutely are guilty of stolen valor. You're guilty of stolen valor. So when people put that on you, listen, you got to wear that. You are guilty of stolen valor. You lied about where you were deployed and where you were holding weapons at. You're guilty of stolen valor, Timmy. You know? So, you know, take accountability. Just take accountability. Say you lied, you embellished, apologize to the people in the National Guard service that were serving, with weapons and whatever story you were saying. Apologize to the people in the National Guard service. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to point fingers at everybody else. Just apologize, man. Why can't the Democrats take accountability? Oh, the big homies in the building. What's up, Sinclair? The big homies in the building. What's up, Sinclair? The big homie Sinclair's in the building. Says like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's get back into Tampon Timmy's quotes.
For me, or it's an attack on my dog. I'm not going to do that. And the one thing I'll never.
People are attacking his dog. What are people saying about his dog? What are people saying about his dog? I haven't heard that. Does anybody know about what people are saying about Timmy Boy's dog? I haven't heard that. What are people saying about his dog? What's up, Sinclair? Anybody know what people are saying about his dog? He said, "Yo, if it's not my service, it's not my service as a National Guard talking about my dog. Oh, the service. He has a service dog. What are they saying about his service dog? Does anybody know, or should I look it up? Let me look it up because it seems like y'all don't know. What are they talking about Tim Walz's dog? I haven't heard that story. Tim Walz's dog. Here we go. Tim Walz's dog. What about his dog? Republicans want voters to think Walz lied about his dog. Tim Walz did not claim two different dogs as his pet scout. What the hell? Tim Walz did not claim two dogs. What is happening here? Hold on. Let me just read this. Hold on. This is some real. This is nasty. Two images posted on X in 2022. Hold on. Let me just read this. By Minnesota Governor Tim Walz mentioning his dog Scout were falsely described online as showing the current Democratic vice presidential candidate caught in a lie, identifying two different dogs as Scout. However, the original post featuring the second dog did not identify the dog as Scout and as what the hell? All showed the second dog was one of the several Walz encountered at a dog park where Scout also. So they're saying that Tim Walz was lying about two different dogs that he had as pet Scout. He's been lying about the dogs he has or something like that. Is that what that is? Fire! I mean, listen, this is just a part of politics, man. People are gonna, besmirch your name, and they're gonna use anything they can. I mean, it's something about a dog. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. It seems kind of just nitpicky to me. I don't know. I'm more concerned about the stolen valor. I'm more concerned about that than whatever the dog situation is. Let's continue.
Never do is I'll never demean another member's service in any way. I never have, and I never will.
I just one other question, because again, this is all new.
Yeah.
I mean, this was not, however many days ago, this was not on either of your bingo cards, especially yours. You had to clarify that you had said that you and your wife used IVF, but it turned out you used a different kind of fertility in order to.
So pretty much they're just calling out Tim on all his lies. Things that people are saying, yeah, he lied about this, he lied about that. He talked about using IVF with his wife. He lied about the 2 different dogs. He lied about, you know, where he served at and where he was deployed and when he had weapons and stuff like that. So pretty much they're just calling out his lies.
Have children. And then when you ran for Congress in 2006, your campaign repeatedly made false statements about a 1995 arrest for drunk and reckless driving.
Timmy Boy was on the hooch. Timmy Boy was on the hooch. He got pulled over for a DUI? Please tell me there's a body cam footage of that.
What do you say to voters who aren't sure whether
He's kind of quiet, right? He went kind of quiet. Why are you so quiet, Timmy Boy? You've been quiet all night. You've been quiet all night. He kind of quiet when she kind of asked him about that. Run that back.
your campaign repeatedly made false statements about a 1995 arrest for drunk.
1995 arrest where he was drunk. He was on the hooch. Timmy Boy was on the hooch. Blaming on alcohol. What do y'all think Timmy Boy drinks? I'm just curious. What do y'all think he drinks? Is he like a Jägermeister type of guy? Maybe vodka? Is he a Budweiser type of guy? What do y'all think he likes to drink? What do y'all think? What do y'all think he was drinking that night? What do y'all think he was drinking that night? I'm curious. He's from Minnesota now. I know he liked to give teenage boys tampons, but he is from Minnesota. Bud Light, vodka, White Claw, Crown. He wasn't drinking no Crown Royal. Stop it. He probably don't even know what Crown Royal is. Vodka and cranberry for sure. Okay. Mojitos, Sinclair. You can see him drinking mojitos. Somebody say he looks like an Appletini kind of guy. I was thinking that too. He does strike me as like an Appletini, some type of fruity drink. Some type of fruity drink with the fruity glass. A lot of flavors, a lot of, he ain't never, I don't think he ever had a Corona in his life. He reminds me like maybe somebody that likes like the real fruity drinks, apple martini, or orange martini, something real fruity with like real sweet. That's what he kind of strikes me at. But let's continue.
Drunk and reckless driving. What do you say to voters who aren't sure whether they can take you at your word?
Well, I've been very public. I think they can see my students come out, former folks I've served with, and they vouch for me. I certainly own my mistakes when I make them. The one thing I'll tell you is I wished in this country wouldn't have to do this. I spoke about our infertility issues because it's hell, and families know this. And I spoke about the treatments that were available to us that had those beautiful children there. That's quite a contrast in folks that are trying to take those rights.
Somebody said Bud Light.
Away from us. And so I think people know who I am. They know that record. They've seen that. I've taught thousands of students. I've been out there. And I won't apologize for speaking passionately, whether it's guns in schools or...
Sinclair says, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment. That's a fact right there.
What a thrill.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
With darkness and silence through the night.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, y'all.
What a thrill.
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, y'all.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button right now. Not now, but right now. Let's get back into Tampon Timmy.
Protecting of reproductive rights. The contrast could not be clearer between what we're running against. The vice president's position on this has been clear. And I think most Americans get it if you've been through that. I don't think they're cutting hairs on IVF or IUI. I think what they're cutting hairs on is an abortion ban and the ability to be able to deny families the chance to have a beautiful child.
We're going to a commercial break already. He only got a few words out. Hold on, Tampon Timmy. Hold on. We'll give you some more talking time. Hold on.
Yes, you were a very staunch defender of President Biden's capacity to serve another 4 years. Right after the debate, you insisted that President Biden is extraordinarily strong. Given where we are now, do you have any regrets about what you told the American people?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have...
The Democrats colluded. They colluded against Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi, you colluded. Kamala Harris. And I want y'all to stop thinking that Kamala Harris had nothing to do with the coup against Joe Biden. She had everything to do with it. Don't think for a second that Nancy Pelosi, her and her gnarled fingers, did not call up Kamala Harris and say, we're going to get rid of Joe. We want you to have the job. We want you to have the job, Kamala. Don't think for a second that didn't happen. They colluded against Joe Biden. They kicked him out of the office, man. So I don't buy into all this. Oh, I love Joe. Joe is so strong and smart and all this stuff. I'm not falling for that. I don't want to hear none of that. Y'all all colluded against him. He's the strongest, smartest, most courageous man in politics, but, you kicked him on his keister. You treated him like Jazzy Jeff on The Fresh Prince. Uncle Phil. You throw him out the White House just like Jazzy Jeff. The most strongest, courageous, smartest man, but you kicked him on his keister. You got him up out of the White House. You colluded against him.
served with President Biden for almost 4 years now, and I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly. He cares so deeply about the American people. He is so smart and loyal to the American people. And I have spent hours upon hours with him, be it in the Oval Office or the Situation Room.
Cap.
He has the intelligence, the commitment.
Her and Nancy Pelosi was on the phone. Kamala was like, girl. He's doing it again. Girl, we need to get him out of this White House, girl. Nancy Pelosi was like, hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. When I move, you move, all right? We're going to get him up out of here. But you got to wait. You got to wait for the primaries, for the time for us to have primaries. We got to wait for that to pass. We got to wait till the voters only have a few months to vote. So we don't so we can secure you being in there, because people are looking at other people. They don't think that you're a qualified candidate, Kamala. I truly believe that's the conversation that they had. I think they had a conversation. I think Nancy Pelosi, a couple of Democrats, not just Kamala, a couple of Democrats, they all got on the phone and they definitely colluded to get Joe Biden up out of it. I definitely believe that.
And the judgment and disposition.
The only person I think that truly had Joe Biden's back in terms of the collusion, who truly had his back, let's keep it a buck, it was Jill. Jill held him down. Jill knew her husband didn't have the skills he needed. She knew that he wasn't the same man that he once was. I'm not even trying to make fun of Joe. I'm just saying Jill knew all of these things were going wrong, but she still held him down. Jill, even Obama turned his back on Joe. I thought Obama was gonna hold it down for Joe. But at the end of the day, it was Jill. Jill held him down. Nobody had Joe Biden's back. They all turned their backs on Joe. All of them, all the Democrats, they all turned their backs on him.
That I think the American people rightly deserve in their president. By contrast, the former president has none of that. And so, one, I am so proud to have served as vice president to Joe Biden. And two, I am so proud to be running with Tim Walz for president of the United States and to bring America what I believe the American people deserve, which is a new way forward, and turn the page on the last decade of what I believe has been contrary to where the spirit of our country really lies.
But the last decade, of course, the last 3.5 years has been part of your administration.
I'm talking about an era that started about a decade ago, where there is some suggestion, warped, I believe it to be, that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, instead of where I believe most.
You guys beat down Joe Biden. Did you guys not beat down Joe Biden? I mean, I understand what you guys tried to make it look like. You guys tried to make him look like this courageous leader. But we all saw through that. We all knew this was sending off old Yeller out to pasture. We all saw through that. We all saw through the little tokenism and celebration y'all did of Joe. Y'all did that. Everybody knew it was fake. You can see it on Joe's face. He was like, man, these fake motherfuckers, man. These are all the same people on the phone calls trying to get me out the White House. You know, Nancy Pelosi, she didn't even have the respect to go up there and hug Joe Biden and just tell him, listen, yo, thank you for the work you've done. She didn't even have the respect for that man. She didn't have the respect for that man. Somebody went up to her and they was like, hey, Nancy, did you talk to Joe? Did you talk to Joe? Did you talk to him? Did you wish him well? She was like, no, I didn't get a chance to talk to him. But you on all these different phone calls trying to get him out the White House, though. You could call everybody else to get him out the White House, but you can't call him and thank him for winning that election to get Trump out of here the first time. You know? That's just wrong. That's wrong, Nancy. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Most Americans are, which is to believe that the true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. That's what's at stake as much as any other detail that we could discuss in this election.
Because we haven't had a chance to talk, I'm just curious, staying on President Biden, when he called you and said he was pulling out of the race, what was that like? And did he offer to endorse you right away, or did you ask for it?
It was,
You know what she said when Joe told her that. Kamala was like, Joe, I fully support you. You're so strong. You're so courageous. I fully support you, Joe. Because we all know Kamala's fake. She's faking in a $3 bill. I fully support you, Joe. You have my full support. Morally, Joe. What do you need, Joe? You want me to get you some water, Joe? Secret Service, go get the water. Go get the water for Joe. You want some ice cream, Joe? Secret Service, go get us some ice cream. Get him any flavor he wants. We're here for you, Joe. We're here for you. Kamala Harris is faker than a $2 bill. Let's be honest. They knew what they were doing. Nancy Pelosi, all of the other Democrats, they knew what they were doing. They knew they were colluding. They knew what they were doing. They knew that, him leaving at that point in time left an open door for her to just come in as the Democratic nominee. They didn't want people to vote for a Democratic nominee this year. Because they knew that if people, let me break it down. They knew that if people voted for a Democratic nominee, that it would further divide the Democratic Party. It would further divide. Because the one thing that the Republicans have over the Democrats is that the Republicans are together. Trump is their guy. They're fully backing and supporting Trump. But the Democrats, they're a little broken. You got some people, they may support one other guy. You may have other people supporting another person. Some people are saying, we don't know if we want Kamala back in the White House. It's very broken up. So they wanted to, they wanted to take away the primaries from people. They wanted to take away the option of people voting for a Democratic nom. They wanted to take away the option of that. So that's the reason why Joe left at the time he left and why they took so long. Because they wanted to take away the option of, for people having an option, pretty much. They wanted to take away that luxury of you having an option. Let's continue though.
It was a Sunday, so here I'll give you a little too much information.
Go for it. There's no such thing, Madam Vice President.
My family was staying with us, and including my baby nieces, and we had just had pancakes and, Auntie, can I have more bacon? Yes, I'll make you more bacon. And then we were sitting down to do a puzzle. And the phone rang, and it was Joe Biden. And he told me what he had decided to do.
Hey, Kamala. This is Jim Crow Joe here. How would you feel of being my VP mammy? Not exactly my vice president. I am Jim Crow Joe. You can be my VP mammy. We won't give you any actual power. Maybe we'll put you in charge of the border or something, something we don't really care like that. But we'll let you be the VP mammy. This is Jim Crow Joe talking to you here.
And I asked him, "Are you sure?" And he said yes. And
Llegaron los ahorros de ley.
We're going crazy we're going commercial brazy right now. Hold on. On commercial brazy right now. What's with all these damn commercials, man? They're on commercial brazy.
learned about it.
And what about the endorsement? Did you ask for it?
He was very clear that he was going to support me.
So when he called to tell you, he said, I'm pulling out of the race and I'm going to support you.
Well, my first thought was not about me, to be honest with you. My first thought was about him.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. You wasn't thinking about him, Kamala. You was thinking about being you was thinking about being president. You was thinking about, oh, I can't wait for him to leave. I'm so tired of that old man smell every time I go into the Oval Office. I'm so tired of him, you know. I'm just so tired of Jim Crow Joe. I need to get rid of him. I'm calling Nancy right now. Hopefully get rid of him now. Him and Jill. Get Jill out of here too. She's phony. I see through it. I see through her. She's very phony. Very phony.
To be honest, I think history is going to show a number of things about Joe Biden's presidency. I think history is going to show that in so many ways it was transformative, be it on.
Yeah, Michael, we talked about the Venezuelan gangs. We talked about that earlier. We talked about that. We talked about how Venezuelan gangs are taking over Aurora, how they're, occupying apartments and stuff like that with firearms and stuff like that. We talked about that. They're also doing these things in New York as well. So, yeah, we talked about that.
What we have accomplished around finally investing in America's infrastructure, investing in new economies, in new industries, what we have done to bring our allies back together and have confidence in who we are as America and grow that alliance, what we have done to stand true to our principles, including one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And I think history is going to show not only has Joe Biden led an administration that has achieved those extraordinary successes, but the character of the man is one that he has been in his life and career, including as a president, quite selfless and puts the American people.
I disagree, because when he signed off on that, that bill in the 90s, that massively incarcerated black people, he was thinking kind of selfishly, if you ask me. When he was talking about, all of the people that were suffering in Palestine, while he was eating ice cream, that was pretty tone deaf, and he was thinking very selfishly. He seemed like he was more concerned about that licking that ice cream than he was, talking about the people suffering in Palestine. So I disagree with that assessment.
First,
I just have to ask you both about two standout moments, aside, of course, from the addresses that you both gave, but standout moments that were perhaps unexpected during the convention. You mentioned one of them, Governor. A moment that you shared, that the world shared with your son, Gus. You were speaking, the camera caught him, so incredibly proud of you, so emotional, saying, "That's my dad."
Yeah,
That's my dad, Tampon Timmy. Ain't nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with a son being proud of his father. I'm not mad at that.
I don't know as a father I could have ever imagined that. I'm grateful for so many reasons to be on this ticket, but that moment, to understand what was really important, to have my son feel a sense of pride in me, that I was trying to do the right thing. And it was, you try and protect your kids, it brings notoriety and things, but it was just such a visceral, emotional moment that I'm grateful I got to experience it, and I'm so proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Hope. I'm proud of Gwen. She's a wonderful mother, and these are great kids. And I think the one thing is, talking about the era we're in, is our politics can be better. It can be different. We can show some of these things, and we can have families involved in this. And I hope that I hope people felt that out there, and I hope they hug their kids a little tighter, because you just never know, and life can be kind of hard.
And last question, Madam Vice President, the photograph that has gone viral. You were speaking, one of your grandnieces.
What photograph is that? What is that? Oh, oh, please, bro.
Is that you were just talking about, was watching you accept the nomination. You didn't explicitly talk about gender or race in your speech, but it obviously.
I wonder why. Because it's all about her. It's always all about her. Kamala Harris, she doesn't fool me for 1 second. I know Kamala Harris's type. I know her type. Kamala Harris is a career woman. Her whole life has been spent, pretty much tap dancing to her superiors, just so she can get that, that higher position, that higher job. Her whole life has been spent about that. Her whole life has been, self-defining. It's not about doing the work for the people. It's not about helping people. It's not creating a change. It's not, changing the narratives. It's not about none of that. It's all about her. Jeff said the soundboard is overheating. Well, guess what? Let it catch fire, all right? Back to what I was saying, though. But yeah, you know, she's all about herself, man. She's all about herself. She is all about herself, bro. So I'm not being fooled by, oh, yeah, one of your little nieces, they were watching you outside, you know, getting the DNC nom, and it was such an iconic moment. This is how the Democrats operate. They operate in tokenism. Tokenism. Remember, what was Barack Obama's presidency about? It was about tokenism. It wasn't about change, hope for black people. It was about tokenism. Kamala Harris, oh, your little niece was out there. She saw you, and it's this iconic picture with her looking at you, and while you accept the nom. It's tokenism. Or tokenism.
Means a lot to a lot of people, and that viral picture really says it. What does it mean to you?
You know, I am running because I believe that I am the best person to do this job at this point.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No, you don't believe that. You don't believe that. You don't believe that. If you truly believe that, Kamala, you would have been working harder as a VP. You would have been getting your hands dirty as VP. We've seen it done before. We've seen people come in as a VP, and the president is even asking, he's doing a little too much. He's doing a little too much. He got a little too much going on. I know he's VP, but he's doing a little too much. We've seen it before. She was not doing that.
This moment, for all Americans, regardless of race and gender. But I did see that photograph, and I was deeply touched by it. And you're right, it's the back of her head, her two little braids, and
Sinclair says, I can think of 8 people more qualified than her. I agree. I agree.
And then I'm in the front of the photograph, obviously speaking. And it's very humbling. It's very humbling in many ways.
Did she talk to you about it afterwards?
Oh, she had a lot.
Did she talk to you about it afterwards? Did you guys go out to go eat ice cream? Did you guys go to McDonald's? Burger King? Did you guys go out to see Deadpool and Wolverine? You know it's in theaters. Did you guys go back home and have dinner? Did you guys go back home and talk about it as a family? What's up with this Hallmark moment they're trying to encapsulize? It doesn't mean anything. How is it going to help the American public? How is it going to help us? How is it going to help us? How is Kamala Harris's niece looking at her on a TV screen gonna fix the price of groceries? Gonna help the housing market? Gonna fix the damn economy? Gonna stop Venezuelan gang members shooting off firearms in the middle of the street? How is it gonna help? That's what I told y'all. The Democrats are into tokenism. They're not into doing work. They want the tokenism. They want the Hallmark moment. They want the little mixed race girl looking at Kamala Harris getting the Democratic nom. Barack Obama, oh, I'm about hope, and I'm walking with Dr. King's family relatives. This is a tokenism moment. It's not about actually doing the work. I want to see the Democrats get their hands dirty. I want to see them in the field. I want to see some sweat underneath that Kamala Harris pantsuit underarm. I want to see some work being done. I'm sick of the tokenism. I don't want another George Floyd statue. I want to see the work being done. But that's what the Democrats are into. They're into the tokenism. That's what they're into. They're into the tokenism. You know?
To talk about. She had a lot. She listened to everything, and she listens to everything.
Give you your hot takes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Madam Vice President, Governor Walz, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you.
And that was the interview of Kamala Harris. Timmy boy, he spoke for a little bit. You know, they didn't really give him no shine like that, did they? What did y'all think of the interview, though? What did y'all think of it? What did y'all think of the interview? What did y'all? I don't really think we got any clarity on anything. I don't think that I didn't hear a lot of things that she would be doing. A lot of things that she did not address. How about this? She did not take any accountability. No accountability for the terrible job that she and Joe Biden has done in the White House. She took no accountability. She's still blaming everybody else. She blamed Trump. She blamed Big Pharma, the housing markets. She blamed everybody else but what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have been doing in office since day one. She did not take any accountability. She did not. She did not talk about immigration and what they're going to do to fix this, and what they're going to do. She went back and blamed Trump. She said it's Trump's fault. Trump told all the people in the Senate and all the Republicans to veto the bill. It's Trump's fault. Kamala Harris, Trump was in a damn jail cell. Trump was going through indictments and going through defamation lawsuits. He didn't have no time to dog whistle to a few Republicans to veto a damn bill. You sound absolutely ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous that she spouted that. She did not talk about how she was going to fix the economy. She did not talk about how she was going to fix immigration. She didn't really spend a lot of time on abortion. I didn't hear much. I did not hear much. I did not hear much. But a lot of you Kamala fans, you're gonna vote for her anyway. You know, you're not gonna look at her not taking accountability into question. You're not gonna look at her track record. You're not gonna look at the last 3 years and the failures that the administration had. You're not gonna look at any of that because you are consumed with hatred for Donald Trump. You're consumed by it. And I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. I'm just saying you got to hold Kamala Harris accountable for her failures. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for Trump. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. So I'm not telling you to vote for Trump. This is not a pro-Trump stream. This is more so, why haven't the Democrats been doing more? Why are they telling us about Trump this and Trump that? Trump hasn't been in the office for the last 3.5 years. It's been Kamala and Joe Biden. Why aren't they taking accountability for what they've done wrong? I could respect Kamala if she said, listen, this is what me and Joe did wrong. We want to right our wrongs. I hope the American people give us the opportunity to get back in the White House and fix these things and fix our failures. I could respect the people that take accountability. Where's the accountability for Kamala Harris? Where is it, y'all? Where's the accountability? Stop telling us about Trump this and Trump this. Trump this and Trump that. Bad boy this and bad boy that. Dictator this and dictator that. Tyrant this and tyrant that. Felon this and felon that. Stop telling us about Trump. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fix? Tell us about your 3 years in office. Tell us about your failures. Can you take responsibility for your failures, your shortcomings? You know? And that's the problem there. They don't want to take accountability. They don't want to take accountability for their failures. They don't want to tell the American people that they failed them. They failed you on the economy. They failed you on the immigration. They failed you on, a lot of things. They're even trying to take some of your civil liberties away. They're trying to take away your guns. It's absolutely hogwash. Before we get out of here, I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all.
What a thrill.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
With darkness and silence through the night.
I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button right
What a
now.
thrill.
It's a thrill to be here with you, but hit that like button.
I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
A lot of y'all are searching and melting for the like button. I need you to hit that thing right now. Fire! 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 But with that being said, guys, listen, it's been real. If this is your first time here, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have more dialogue and discussion on different topics when it comes to the politics. The next big thing that's probably going to happen is probably going to be the debate. I think the debate is going to be September 10th. That's going to be the next big thing that's going to happen. That's going to be happening in a few weeks. Hopefully, Kamala Harris, now that she's finally did her first interview, hopefully she'll sit down with more publications. Maybe we could see more interviews with her. Hopefully they won't be overly edited like this one was. Overly edited. We want to see Kamala in her natural environment. We want her to talk and speak freely. Democrats, CNN, ABC, MSNBC, stop saving this woman. She needs to see what people are thinking of her. If you want this woman to win, you're not helping her by saving her. You're not helping her by putting her in edited interviews. You're actually hurting her. Because none of that is going to prepare her for a debate. She's not prepared for a debate right now. I'm just keeping it real. She's not prepared. Yeah, man, it's getting real. So the next big thing should be the debate, and hopefully Kamala does more interviews. Trump has at least 4 or 5 interviews right now. Let's be real. He has at least 4 or 5 interviews right now. 4 or 5. No problem, Sinclair. No problem, Sinclair. And salute to Sinclair. Salute to Sinclair for holding me down during the stream. Salute to Sinclair holding me down during the streams. But with that being said, guys, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys have been entertained as well as enlightened. Stay tuned. We're gonna have more lives. We're gonna have more shows. More than likely, I'm gonna go live tomorrow. do another stream about another topic. Stay tuned. But with that being said, I hope you guys have been entertained as well as enlightened. I will see you guys another stream, God willing. We are out of here. Y'all have a good night, man. Toodles.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
Fire! 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 Fire!